the English in this, whatever, that I mentioned the other day, in this college farce, I suppose. I'm having so much trouble breathing. They have this saying, like, can you wrap your head around it? Never made sense to me until I looked at what she has her head wrapped in. In this book, which references Alexander, down this broken pathway and road of the cosmetics and I mean, he looks fine, but the cosmetics of the first two and the cosmology of Cosmos has been pulled and deterred off so badly. But in here, it references in the beginning pages, what are the parents saying? It mentions Thomas Jefferson. So I know it's significant for Alexander and myself in Zodiac. I then found this book, which I think the 11, I mean, like, how good looking are you? Well, he's an 11. Usually humans only go from 1 to 10. He's an 11. So, it says ruler of the realm. This was sent to Benjamin. The problem with my Benjamin is that the way, like his inner animal, like the light behind his eyes that look out, and the way he is built spiritually is like Marine, is like a warrior. He is just solid like a rock, like the way Mom wanted the father to be that brought him into this realm or this world. But cosmetics and Cosmos being off, it wasn't what Ben needed. And so Ben came out blue, literally. They had to resuscitate him. The black women that were around me disengaged the table, dropped me so horribly. They left me in labor. They did the epidural wrong. I mean, everything about Benjamin's birth into this world was wrong. And then they dropped the table and left me bleeding all over the floor. And that was at North Shore Jewish Hospital. Again, it's what happens when you hire the wrong people and allow them to touch the unsuspecting. It was a horrible, horrible engagement here in New York. So anyway, so this was sent to my son Benjamin, who's not even in the Zodiac boat that the 11 or the Alexander and Alexander's doctor's in. So, I don't know if he ever read it. Really, I don't. It's the third one in a series. I know it's important to Brennan. Listen, at CIA level, I know Brennan is a very prestigious name. That I have learned. But that I found out through just a hole in space and time, and sometimes it connects. Although I thought Brennan was Irish, but whatever on that would only upset and further agitate whatever, in Eastern European things. So, there's something called a Spice Master. There's something called Blue. There's my first son. And it was a gift to him. I never really saw it. I never really read it. I don't know if he read it. I don't know if he knows the significance of it. But he's not a reader. He never was. Alexander and Daniel, they were readers. They liked sitting down. They liked reading. It was a routine for them, a regimen from them. Benjamin is just wired into the system spiritually differently. The books written with his code in there. I got it, but, or actually code from the family in there in a thank you to somebody who put the time in. It didn't go to waste. But then here in New York, they call me the Blue Fairy. They said it was Pinocchio. He always references Pinocchio, just so the 11 knows, in change that one letter and put the I in it, and then it becomes nicer. So, don't know what else to say about that. And then, of course, the one book that I can still read is Where the Sidewalk Ends. I read this, that, and the one about the attic with the light. This was big when I was little, because this I could do on my own. And it had short intervals in whatever's going on with the the macro machine and the nano's ability to read and process and then carry the information forward, based on something going on in the stereo system between the ACE and the heliosphere and the stereo field in the orbital whatever. So I know that that's really important. In the Magi, and then the Magic, and then the Treehouse. I mean, again, I'm not a player. I don't have game. I'm just, like, abandoned in the field. I mean, like, I wasn't supposed to be this way. And there's proof of it. Today is Juneteenth and Father's Day. I'm watching What's Not Us in New York, somewhere in Brooklyn, at some grand army plaza, banging on drums and having like a street fair, like a flea market. And I'm like, and I'm in some disintegratous, like, breakdown with the skin structure and sagging, and it's environmental. It's partial chemical based on what they're burning in combustion units that roll around town. And I don't even know. The sticker says it's unleaded. How do I know that it's unleaded? Like, how do you test the air for that? Sunday morning today, they also had on, like, carbon usage between oil and gas and photoplankton and whatnot. Again, like, life sciences, it's what I love in observing and whatever. I didn't get to study fine arts. I wish I had. But again, they were very limited on what they would allow in whatever's going on in larger whatever. So it is called The Fairy Wars Chronicles, and it's on the New York Times bestseller list. It made it there. I don't really know any of the other authors. I mean, again, there's so many books written. I mean, it's just whatever and whatever. So Linda had like a big tub of books that she found somewhere. And these were what were left behind after they took out all of the things that are not important. And then allowed me to go through them after they threw away everything in my house that made me feel that my pictures of my kids, I mean, humans are disgusting. They just are in this area and in this frame. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxies broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.